Hi team, welcome to episode 31 of Warren's Removals TV. I am Warren and we are back. It's 2025, we're looking forward to this year. It's going to be an amazing year, not just for Warren's, but for everybody in the industry. And I am here to make sure that happens. Hi guys, thank you for joining me on this new episode of 2025. We are excited to kick it off again. Just thought I'd do a quick talk about January and how it started, the start of the year for us whilst I'm driving into work. It's been a bit rocky. It started rocky like most Januaries do. I had my normal meltdown at the start. I had to apologise to the admin team because I always act a bit out of character. We had quite a few jobs booked in, which then cancelled or postponed, so it left us with a couple of flat weeks, so I just did my normal panic. But then since then, we've been absolutely mental, crazy busy on the vans. The lorry's out almost every single day, every single staff member working, every day, 6 days a week, and the quotes that we are doing currently are crazy. Some of the quotes we're doing are massive, and we've also done a record amount of quotes this month in January. Then we did the whole of January 2024. So we actually have, at the moment it's 17th of January and we've already put through 97 quotes, which is magnificent. Last January we did 67 quotes and there's still a good almost 2 weeks left of the month. So it's looking good for the future, very promising for us removal companies. I hope everybody out there who's watching this is busy as well, and I hope we can make hay whilst the sun shines. Morning, you alright? Cold, isn't it? Okay, so on this part of the episode, I wanted to do what I'm going to call the Warren's workflow. And this has come about because I get asked quite a lot on how I carry a customer's journey out. So with the amount of removal companies that I'm speaking to on a daily basis now, I get all these kind of questions. So I feel like these episodes will be dictated by what I get asked a lot, and I will start to feed that value into these episodes, and hopefully it helps out other companies. So I thought I'm going to do the Warren's workflow from start to finish on a customer's journey. So when they first inquire effectively. Okay, so the first thing that generally happens is if it's not a phone call, it will be a website inquiry, and that comes in via our website, obviously, and it feeds straight through into our iMove platform. It comes as an email and it obviously links and drops straight into your account. That way we can act on this really quickly and get in touch with the customer via the WhatsApp link or the phone number, obviously. But we also have an automated email that sends to the customer, which I absolutely love. This is a brand new update we pushed recently. It's called the Email Builder. It's very visual. It's really, really smart. I'm actually obsessed with it. So yeah, we've got an automation that gets sent out immediately with every inquiry we get from the website. Okay, so once the inquiry form has come in, it's fed through to iMove. We will then call the customer. We would generally do that within 10 minutes of receiving it if it's not happened on a weekend or on an evening, obviously. We have 2 or 3 quotas here at Warren, so we can always act really quick on this and try and book in a home visit. We do home visits. I'd say 90% of the business is run on home visits when it comes to quotes. And then we do 10% roughly on video quotes. We don't prefer video quotes, obviously. I know there's a lot of acquisition involved to get a removals job, so there's a lot. When I say acquisition, I mean how much it costs to acquire a removals job. So it costs a lot if you send in somebody to every address to go and see it, but we believe in that because it adds value to the customer and it also gives us a better opportunity to take a look around and sell the business. So yeah, we do home visits. So we're going to try and put that in as soon as we possibly can within the next day or two. And when we go out to do the quote, we would then fill out our job sheet. So on our job sheet on iMove, We have built it in a way where it's customized to us at Warren's Removals, what type of questions we ask the customers. It's fully customizable, this section as well. So if there's any removal companies that are watching this now and want to know about the job sheet feature, that feature is completely editable. You can design it so you're asking the relevant questions designed for your business. So when you go and do quotes, what you ask, you can build your own job sheet effectively. We would fill that out, and then we'd always let the customer know we never quote on the spot. We never give prices on the spot. We always have to come back and think about it. So that's what stage we are at currently. And then once we leave the quote, we're going to work it out. We're going to figure out how many vehicles, how many staff, how many days the job needs. We're going to add all of this onto the job sheet, and we would generally send this quote within 2 hours of leaving the property. We believe that this works for us, and it generates more work for the business because we are acting faster than most other companies. Now, when I say we send it within a couple of hours, sometimes it's less than a couple of hours. Sometimes it can be more if it's a big, complicated job, but we truly believe in acting fast on this because we've built the relationship in the house, and that's when they are likely to accept your quote. So once we've carried out the home visit, we would come out and we would always tell the customer we're going to send the quote to them within 2 hours. Sometimes we send it in less time than that. But first of all, we use the pricing matrix, because the pricing matrix is a tool attached to every single customer's page on iMove that's going to help you come up with your costings for the move, which is super helpful, especially when you've got complicated jobs, etc. So we use that, make sure that our costings are correct, make sure that our profit margin is at the right spot, and then we're going to send the quote after that. So we work all of that out, send the quote really quickly, and we believe in sending quotes quickly because we've built that relationship. We're still fresh in the customer's head, and we honestly believe, and it's proven, that this brings more work through the door. Once you've sent that quote, obviously it's up to the customer to oversee it, have a look at it. If they accept, they can obviously accept or decline on iMove, but hopefully they accept. When they accept, it will come through as an email, plus you get a message on iMove, and the job status will automatically change to accepted. So it's quite automated. You can then trigger a automated email that sends to the customer saying thank you for accepting, etc. And then we would make a call to say thank you again. So there's lots of different thank yous after the acceptance, obviously, because we're grateful for every business we get. Esther's going to call them up and we're going to discuss dates. So we're going to book in the date on iMove, and then we're going to send a move confirmation. Once somebody has got a move-in date, we would then ask for a deposit. Now, this part is something that I wanted to elaborate on a little bit more, only because I get asked this quite a lot by new startup companies or companies that have been going less than 2 years. They're at that do I, don't I stage with deposits. We ask for a 25% deposit if you want to hold a date with us. Now, that date can be changed, and we will move your deposit with that date. We are not that strict on deposits because we are a personable company and we want to look after the customer. But we will move that deposit to a following date, providing that the date isn't cancelled within 7 days of the move. And that also comes with a bit of discretion as well, because we don't always want to take money off people. We rarely ever take deposits, if I'm honest. But that's all on Esther, because Esther keeps up to date with these customers and makes sure that they are pretty much concreted in and they are confident it's actually going to happen before we send them a deposit. Anyway, we ask for 25% deposit, and that secures the date. That date's not going to go anywhere, and once they exchange contracts, we would then send the full invoice, the remainder of the invoice. So once it's been paid, you just mark it as paid, send them the receipt, generate the rest of the invoice, then send the invoice on to the customer. We ask for payment for the full balance of the move within 48 hours of the move date. That is something we brought in probably 3-4 years ago now, and it is so good. So happy we did that, because before, when you're invoicing people after the move, you're gonna get problems. You're gonna get people that don't pay you, and we got bitten in the ass quite a few times with that, which made us change our ways, and it has worked for us. So if you are thinking about doing this, make the move. I'm just gonna interrupt this little workflow just to specify what is included in the Warren service. So I just wanted to touch on a couple of parts of our quote, which we believe to be USPs. So Included in our quote, you get packing materials delivered to your door before the move whenever you ask for them. Once we've got the deposit, you can have packing materials, and then we will collect the packing materials off you from your new address once you've finished unpacking as well. And then we also carry out all dismantling and reassembling at any property. So we do that for any item that you need in your current address to your new address, and we're going to do that included in the cost. So I just thought I'd specify that part as well. Then once the customer pays, and as an example, the move is tomorrow, we will come onto our platform and we will allocate the staff members and the vehicles that are working. So that's just a really simple drop down. You can choose what staff members are working on a particular job, and then you can select the vehicle that they will be driving as well. So we have staff user level, so when they log in, they can see what job they're working on. Obviously the staff can't see quotes, costs, etc., and they can't edit stuff, but they can do pretty handy stuff on our platform. So when the staff actually go out to do the move, they can get a signature. They can actually get 2 signatures from the customer to say that they are happy with the job, etc., etc. So there's lots of ways that the staff can use iMove on their phones as well. So that's why we always like to allocate staff members to particular jobs. Once that job has been completed, we always leave it a good few days. So generally, if we move somebody on a Friday, as an example, on the Wednesday the following week, we're going to check in with them, and then we're going to send them an email via iMove. You can trigger this as an automation. Some companies using iMove would send a 7-day review link to the customer. So 7 days after the move, it automatically sends the review link. Some companies just send it manually, which we do. We send it manually because we like to cherry pick who we're sending our review links to. So we're going to send it manually, 3 clicks, and you've sent it to the customer. That's just a nice email to say, hope you were happy with the service. Please follow this link if you want to leave us a review, and please also let us know when the boxes are ready to be collected. So hopefully the customer leaves us a review. We organise to collect the boxes. We go and collect the packing materials. We bring those back, and that is job done.
For the challenge.
Oh, was that free? How many was that? 9, I think. I think that was 9.
Smash the van up, never mind.
Yeah!
It's Friday at Warren's Removals, and all the staff are sending me their votes for MVP. Now, in the past, we've done MVP. It's our version of Employee of the Month, basically. They send me their votes of who they think has worked the hardest, who's helped them the most, you know, who might have done the most hours. And I accumulate all the votes, and the winner gets a prize. So our current champion is Lawrence. Lawrence has won for about 4 weeks, so he's absolutely shining at the moment. Everyone tends to get votes, to be fair, which is really good. It shows that everyone's putting the effort in. We used to do it monthly, but now we do it weekly. It just keeps the team interested, and it gives more people the opportunity to win. So I'm just accumulating this week's votes now. Good luck to all the team.
Let's discuss the flat rate VAT scheme. Okay, through a number of conversations I've had recently with removal companies, I wanted to discuss a little bit about the flat rate VAT scheme, just to put a little bit of a picture out there of what it's all about. So the flat rate VAT scheme, if you're on the borderline of becoming VAT registered and you're about to hit that £90,000 threshold, you do have another window between 90 and 150,000 to utilise the flat rate scheme. This is something designed for service-based industries like us, removal companies, where you would charge 20% to the customer, but you would only pay 10% to the revenue. So it feels like every job you are earning an extra 10%. What's the catch? The catch is you can't claim anything back on small purchases. So you can't claim back on fuel, packing materials, uniforms, for instance. However, that's very small compared to the cost of sales. If you did buy an asset, so if you did buy a van or you did buy storage containers, that is 100% VAT deductible, so you can claim all of that back. So I would advise, if you are borderline that £90,000, to look at this scheme because it is definitely worth doing. I actually have a strong belief that service-based industries should stick on this throughout. I don't think there should be £150,000 threshold before you have to exit it. I actually think that it should be solid, flat rate scheme, service-based industries throughout, unless you decide otherwise. That's my 2 pence worth.
You know we don't play, stay out the way. Check out this look on my face. I'll come save the day. Give me my cape, look at I'm flying away. Five-star cream of the crop, go and make spot. Go and put the cherry on top. This one can't be stopped, giving them shock. It's really like that, don't believe me, just watch.
So I was out quoting yesterday, did 8 quotes through the day, home visits, and a lot of people are now saying that they definitely want to move by the end of March, and that is because the stamp duty land tax is changing from the 1st of April. So I'll put my Martin Lewis money expert head on and try and explain it the best I can. Anyone who owns a house already and is buying a new property, the first £250,000 is tax-free. Anything after that, they have to pay tax on. Now, from the 1st of April, that £250,000 is coming down to £125,000. So anyone buying a house will have to pay about £2,500 more tax, stamp duty land tax. Now, for first-time buyers, their threshold is at the moment £425,000 they can spend on a house without having to pay stamp duty land tax. That is going to be coming down to £300,000. So if you take, for example, a house that's £500,000, 500,000, up until the 1st of April, they will only have to pay stamp duty land tax on £75,000 because that is the difference between 425 and 500. Now, from April the 1st, they will have to pay tax on £200,000. So that is a difference of, £3,750 or £10,000. So everyone is very keen to get moved by the end of March. So we are going to be very busy, I feel, up until the end of March, especially the last week.
Episode 31, Warren and George's fun facts. And we've got Luke involved to have some guesses. George, you're first.
Oh, well, mine's actually just a standard fact. There's no guessing involved.
Oh, okay.
Sorry about that. I didn't realise.
All right.
But my fun fact of the week is, apparently, Starbucks spend more money on health insurance for employees than they do on coffee beans.
Flipping hell,
Which is a crazy fact.
That is a good one, yeah.
Considering they sell coffee.
Well, really?
My one is about Coca-Cola. I like Coca-Cola. And I'd like you to guess how many bottles and cans they sell a day.
Worldwide?
Worldwide.
Worldwide.
When they first started, in their first year, they sold 24 bottles. What are they now selling a day?
24 million bottles.
Well, they're the most popular soft drink in nearly every country in the world, I know that.
Yeah.
Bar Scotland, which is Iron Brew.
Ah.
And then there's some like African countries where I think it's not as popular.
Doesn't include post-mix though.
Post-mix?
You know, like, that you have in bars?
No, I don't know.
Bottles and
Maybe.
cans.
Yeah, that's a good point, yeah.
Do a lot of that.
But you got to think there's like, 7 or 8 billion people in the world. Some people are drinking it at least once a day. It's got to be a few billion.
What's your guess, Esther?
1 billion.
1 billion. You're what, 200 and something million?
Well, I was 24 million.
24 million.
Go with 240.
Okay. And you
No,
are-
I think 2.8 billion.
The answer is 1.9 billion a day.
Oh, okay.
Closer to George.
Good working out there, though, mate.
Yeah,
Well done.
thanks.
Join us next time for...
Him cook! I said let him!
So obviously here running a professional operation at Warren's, we like to keep everything looking nicely branded and clean. These vans aren't currently clean, so I'm going to get them washed shortly after. But this van was looking a little bit tatty around here, so we got it all rewrapped, which does cost a bit of money, but it's good that they look like clean and presentable all the time, really. Our other van that we call Elite, it used to have purple on one side, blue on the other. We've had that whole van redone, so it follows the theme of the blue and white, like my van and some of the other Lucen vans. This is Silvan, because it's silver and it's a van, so we call it Silvan. But we had it wrapped on the back and he's done it blue instead of silver, so we're not sure if we like that at the moment. We're just going to see you know, how it sits over the next couple of weeks. If you think it looks weird, let us know in the comments, but I think we're just going to roll with it for a bit and then we can get it redone in silver. So another important thing obviously is all the staff being in clean uniform. I'm looking at the summer uniforms at the moment, getting some nice dry fit t-shirts that are, you know, a little bit more breathable in the hot weather. Obviously it's very important. So looking at the state of that van, I think I need to get it washed, so I'll crack on.
I'm confused what it does. Okay, so here I am in the back office on what's called a back stretcher. This was given to me the other day on a move. I did a really big move the other day from Nottingham to Leicestershire, and the person we did the move for owns the UK's biggest medical marijuana distributor. So he owns the business for that. And during the move, he asked us to throw this in the skip. And we said, no, we'll take this. And apparently it's good for stretching your back. So on the video, I just thought I'd do a little demonstration of how it works. I've not used this yet, by the way. So Rob, can you help me? Don't know. Well, wait, wait, mate, I'm gonna fall. Mate, oh my God, flipping heck, roller coaster. Okay, I just wanted to use this section to do a bit of a recap on the month we have just had, which is January. Today is the 31st of January. And this month has completely blown my mind. And the reason for that is because I was expecting the start of this year to be quiet. However, we have just hit our all-time Warren's record for the amount of inquiries that we have received. Before I tell you how many inquiries we received, I do want to specify two things. First one is we do not use lead providers. We do not pay for any lead providers whatsoever in the industry. Second one is we do not run any Google ads. Now, if we did, the inquiries would probably make sense. So all of these inquiries came from organic leads and recommendations. And we hit 177 in January, which is crazy because we've only really got 3 weeks to play with in January once everybody's back after Christmas, etc. Currently, we have sent 172 quotes with more quotes to send today, and we're probably going to get more inquiries as well today. The closest month we've ever got to this was June 2024, when we had 140 inquiries in that month. We are managing pretty well to service all of these inquiries. We are quoting them still very quickly. We are booking people in really quickly. We are now fully booked for the next 3 weeks. We are expecting the next few months to be chaos. We're so stretched next week that even I'm on the vans. All of the admin teams are on the vans at least 3 days next week. We've got long distance moves next week. We're moving a football player next week who's moving from Plymouth to Middlesbrough. We've got so much going on at the moment. However, we are in control of everything. We are hoping that all these inquiries aren't completely to do with the stamp duty changes in April. We are hoping that the stamp duty changes don't damage the market too much after April, but I just wanted to specify that we are very, very busy as it stands. We're hoping that it continues and we can head into the summer months on a positive note. Okay guys, that's it for this episode. We hope you enjoyed. Please do get in touch if you require anything. If you are moving within the area, get in touch with us. If you are interested in iMove, please do reach out to me. And also, if you are a business owner, doesn't have to be removals, but if you are a business owner and you'd like to come and do a podcast with us, we would love to have you on. Please reach out.